Ready for the video?
I'm so ready.
Present practice. What is vibing? This is Vish and
This is Wrakstar, hottest rapper in the game, reacting to Sadhguru. Let's go.
today we'll be responding to Sadhguru's video on
How can the mind be quiet?
want to introduce yourself to the viewers?
Yeah, my name's Rahul. I go by Wrakstar. It's my artist name. I make all kinds of music. I like to write software and just go hard at everything I do. So my mind is not very quiet, as you can tell.
Do you know who Sadhguru is?
Yeah, I know who he is.
What do you know about him?
He's a guru, and he gives out a lot of spiritual quotes, bangers, and he's the head of the Isha Foundation, right? And he's spreading the teaching of yoga throughout the world.
Sadhguru is a yogi, mystic, and visionary. Also, before we start the video, would love to hear what you think about quieting the mind in the comments down below. And with that,
Let's get into the video.
When you say that yourself and your body have to go together, that is clear to me. But like mind goes somewhere else. Mind doesn't go with you all the time. You are sitting here, but mind can be elsewhere. So that can be separate at times. At times it can be with you. So this is my first question. And after you
Let's
answer
go
me,
one at a time. Now, your mind also doesn't go anywhere. It is here thinking about something. Does it go somewhere? Your mind doesn't go anywhere. It is here and thinking about something else, but still it is here, isn't it? Neither your body goes somewhere, nor your mind goes somewhere, nor you go somewhere. They're always one composite whole. If you want to do anything, you have to do something that works for all of them. You can't handle this separately, that one separately, and this one separately. They're always together, isn't it? Your mind doesn't go anywhere. Did you lose it? It is just that you're being deceived by the imagination of your mind. It is sitting here and imagining something. It is not going anywhere, but you are so identified and lost that you think the mind is going somewhere. Mind doesn't travel anywhere, it's very much here, isn't it? You need to understand this. Why your mind is going on with uncontrollable, endless thought is, you're identified with things that you're not. The moment you get identified with something that you are not…
so Rahul, what do you think so far after watching this video?
Well, Vish, I'm loving it. I think what he said was really great, brought me a lot of peace, and I think he made some good points, namely that we spend a lot of our lives identifying with things that we don't need to identify with, and life can be very simple if we just chill out a little bit and stop taking things so seriously.
I love the perspective, and it's all about, like you just said, it's honestly all about just not identifying with anything, right? The moment you identify with your name, your caste, your race, anything, you become attached to it, and then your whole sense of worth derives from that. And that leads to a whole downward path of a mess, if anything. Would you agree with that?
Totally agree, yeah. I think a lot of our problems just come from identifying with things that maybe we don't need to identify with. Let's get back into it.
Then mind is non-stop activity. You're identified with too many things and you're trying to stop your mind. I'm telling you, if you try for 1,000,000 years, it's not going to happen. It cannot happen. If you take away your wrong identifications, then you will see this moment, mind will be just like a mirror, not saying anything, just reflecting everything. That's how mind should be. Your mind as a mechanism works best only when there is clarity in it, isn't it? Isn't it so? Your mind is not here to think up all kinds of fancy things. That's a distraction in life. Your mind is here to give you clarity and penetration into life. But right now, mind is just a huge ball of confusion. Simply because you got identified with so many things that you're not, and now you're trying to hold it back. There is no way to hold it back. You ate very bad food, now there's gas in the stomach. You can't hold it. You eaten bad food, the consequence is there. You got wrongly identified with too many things, now this is going on endlessly. You cannot stop it, it doesn't matter what you do. You think of God, God himself will go to take you to many places. Now you're sitting here and you're trying to meditate, but you're thinking of your bar or restaurant or friend or cinema or something. Now people told you, think about God, everything will be okay. If you think about Rama or Krishna, then you will find you will go to cinema with Rama. That's the nature of the mind. Rama himself will take you to the bar, Rama himself will take you to the restaurant. You can't stop it. Because you've gotten yourself identified with things that you're not. No way to stop it. So what's being done here is not about controlling your mind, to bring an awareness as to what you're not. Right now, to start with, the most fundamental identity is your body. You're identified with your body, the clothes that you wear, your hairstyle, your goatee also, aren't you? Very much identified, isn't it? Your wife, your children, your family, your education, your religion, endless number of identifications. With all these identities, you want a quiet mind? There's no such thing. That's why we gave you a simple device called shunya, where you create a little distance from the mind. Once distance happens, even if it's a noisy mind, still it doesn't matter. Disengaging from the mind. Once you're disengaged from the mind, you're disengaged from all identity, because it's the mind which manufactures identifications, isn't it? So, don't think of all kinds of things, just employ the device. Things will happen. Things that you have not imagined will happen.
So what do you think after watching the whole video, Rahul?
I feel very good after hearing that. You need constant reminders to stay present and disengage the mind when you don't need it. You know, the mind is but another tool that we have as humans available to us, just like memory, just like our bodies, just like a bunch of other stuff. And if we misuse these tools, then we have to suffer the consequences.
I love that. And I'm curious, specifically, what does a mind mean to you?
That's a good question. I would say to me, the mind is a bundle of my memories and expectations and feelings and all of that, you know, just packaged into one. And you know, it's a good exercise here for us with these people walking past us, I think, to silence the mind and be okay with it, you know? Maybe we want them walking past because this is makes the video unique, you know? We gotta practice what we preach. We can't just be talking about this stuff, and you know, I love that. I love that that just happened. That was great.
Beautiful, beautiful connection to, I guess, a very practical point right there. That was very interesting, and yeah, no, 100%. So Rahul actually just made a really cool point right now, which was with the people walking by, and I love what he just has to say. You as a viewer will have to focus on us speaking, or the voice, or even just us talking in our visual, while the people are walking away. So that's like the mind distracting you in a way. So this is like literally a practical example for you all right now. But with that being said, how do you silence the mind in your life, practically?
Well, you know, there's a lot of strategies one can take to silence the mind. I think diversion is a pretty common one, maybe we all use. Distract ourselves with things, and I'm definitely guilty of that at times. I don't want to say guilty because, you know, sometimes it's what you need. Sometimes it works to just dissolve yourself in your work for a little bit and just go hard and not think about anything else. It's all about having a single point of focus at the end of the day. So that's probably my go-to. Meditation is a big one. I wish I could do it more.
What kind of meditation do you do?
I just sit down and close my eyes. I don't I don't like to use apps or anything like that.
And before we continue with this, I would love to hear how you all quiet down the mind. And if this video's reaction or us talking or Sadhguru's words was able to help you with learning how to silence your mind. And if not, if it's still confusing, please just comment that down below. With that, thank you so much, Rahul, for being here. I appreciate you. Don't forget to check out his stuff, which will all be down below. Any last words to the viewers?
Thank you so much for your time, for viewing this video, and I hope it did something positive for you.
With that, make it a great day, take it joyfully, and stay conscious. You did great.
Thanks. It was great.
Cool. I'll say stay, we'll say conscious. Do like a salutation.
All right.
Cool?
Yeah.
And stay conscious.
Conscious. Let's do it again.